This video is sponsored by PelucidFX.com. Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts, and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video. Now guys, let's take a look at the gold market. The gold market is approaching and almost stands on the level that we have discussed on the weekly research, since this level will be very interesting. That's 13 even area. And this level is interesting because we could get the Jod-Napoli Brent buy trade on the weekly time frame chart. Since on the weekly time frame chart this thrust up looks as the suitable action for Jod-Napoli directional pattern, and although on the weekly time frame chart this could look not very impressive, but on the daily time frame chart the distances that market really could cover with this respect to this support area, and as the result of the possible Brent buy is really impressive, because the minimum target of the Brent trade will be the 618 resistance of the whole move down, and that will be approximately in the 1350 area. And market by this Brent could retest the broken trend line. That's very typical for the gold market. So market could show the reaction because previous action to the upside has significant upward momentum that could not be just destroyed in the blink of an eye, and market will try, just due to this momentum, due to this impulse, will usually tries to continue this action. That is the major idea of the Brent trade. You could call this the impulse trade, whatever you would like, but the idea is the same. So since we have the very significant support area around 13 even, you can see that this is the daily confluence support. That is the monthly pivot point that hasn't been tested yet, by the way, guys. That is the daily oversold. This is really a huge possibility and significant chances that this action could start right from this area. So as the first stage of our trading plan has been completed, so market has reached this area, maybe market will show some shy move down yet to the 13 even, maybe even it will stick somewhere around 1290 area, but that is an area where we should watch for a reversal pattern to the upside on intraday charts. That will let us to take the long position, and that would lead us right to the 1315 area. The further consequences of this move down could be some kind of the A, B, C top, D action right to the 1260 area. That is also possible, and we said in our weekly research that 1260 is the crucial level, some sort of the edge, the invalidation point for the overall bullish setup that we have on the gold market, because retracement to this level will be acceptable, but if market will pass through it to the downside, that will be not reasonable for the current and for any bullish setup on the market. So that will not be the bullish behavior anymore if market will pass through this area to the downside. But this is a bit extended view on the current market. Currently, let's be focused on this area. So our major task on the nearest trading sessions is to watch for possible bullish reversal patterns, and if we will get any, take the long position with the retracement up right around to the level around 1350 area. That's the short-term setup on the gold market. Now on the 4-hour time frame chart, unfortunately, guys, here as we have suggested, we didn't get any Jod-Napoli pattern. That was not the Brent because market in fact hasn't quite reached the significant fib resistance of this thrust, and that was not the double ripple because we didn't get any close above the 3x3 and haven't got any upward action. So right now we could get minor Brent trade, because as you can see, market hasn't quite reached the 1618 extension on most recent retracement. Market hasn't quite reached the weekly pivot support point, and what is more significant, market hasn't quite reached the monthly pivot point. This tells us that market probably will show some small downward continuation at minimum. Maybe we will get action to the 13 even. Maybe we will get even 1290, somewhere in this area. But the fact that market still should show some small action to the downside. And take a look at this most recent action. It's not very impressive as this one, okay? But take a look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bars to the downside. And even this minor action to the downside is suitable for the Judd Napoli pattern again. Okay, so if you're a scalp trader, you could try to use it for the any Judd Napoli directional pattern, whether it will be the brand by the sell since from the 1320 area with the downward action. Well, maybe this will be some other pattern or something of that sort. Besides, on the hourly time frame chart, you could see that this thrust looks more impressive, okay, more significant. So you could trade on the hourly time frame chart. That is only for those who trade on the intraday charts, who make the scalp trades. Okay, this is at least something until we wait reaching of significant support around 13 even, and until we are waiting for reversal patterns here. You could try to trade this setup on the hourly and 4-hour time frame chart. Also, guys, take a look that we could get here some divergence. Maybe we will get some kind of the 3-drive buy pattern. I also can't exclude this possibility. Maybe we'll get the head and shoulders here as a reversal pattern. That's also possible. So anyway, our major attention right now is on the possible reversal patterns in this area. That's the major object for us because it carries the significant potential profit. This possible setup right now, it's very interesting and could lead to a really significant action that could give us significant advantage. So until we will not get any patterns here that we could use for taking the long position, if you're a scalp trader, you could try to trade on the short side of the market. If market will form some Judd Napoli directional or even maybe some setups on the lower time frame charts on the 15-minute chart. That's all. But again, guys, our major task is to trying to take the long position with the possible retracement right to this area.